What's going on, everyone? My name is Lullet, and you saw the title. Orchid coin, OXT, massive gains, you know how it is. So, I wanted to take a step-by-step approach today and go over real trades, real activity, to walk us through the story, considering buying Orchid, selling Orchid, taking profits, and more. So, without any further ado, I'll see you on the other side.
All right, so here we go. Let's do it. I'll start off with the portfolio summary and take it from there. So just to be clear and transparent, basically $700 portfolio balance over here in Coinbase. And this is a 1 month graph history. And so as we can see, pretty much it teeters around that 220, 230, 250 kind of range. And right here on the run up of OXT, it goes up to 800. So almost 2.5, more than 3 times the actual value. So, also some insight into what is in this portfolio. Basically, there's just some cash in US dollars. Orchid is the majority, and there's a lot of small positions in just a lot of other kind of diversity of coins. But it's not really me buying these coins. It's coming from Coinbase Earn, which is a program Coinbase has where you watch these short videos which are informative on certain and different types of cryptocurrencies, and you answer a quiz at the end, and getting it right, you get some free according currency, whether that's some Tezos, some compound over here, etc., etc. So that's that. So that's where there are these small values, but we'll be focusing on OXT, and the majority of this portfolio is indeed OXT. And I do want to show this 1 year graph just out of just, you know, if someone's curious. So basically, I wasn't really using it in 2019. And over here we see $100 bought in this 2020. So this is the first purchase of Orchid, and we'll get into that kind of price history. But I had some transactions going in and out over here of this using this account, and just moving on. Here we are. So what happens is this is all Orchid, and this is more Orchid. And let me go into the specifics. So over here we see 1,000 Orchid. So where this 1,000 came from, originated, etc., the story goes like this. So at the beginning, I spent $100 buying Orchid at 31.45 over here, and I got around 300 Orchid. Then Coinbase Earn is over here, this program over here. So over here I got around 14, 14, 14, and 54. Not bad. So 42 plus 54, so yeah, 96 change Orchid, pretty much 100 Orchid for free, essentially, in my opinion. And I learned something while it too, so win-win. And from there, I bought some Orchid, and this is the last 2 times I bought it. The first purchase was around at 31 cents, second purchase was around 20 cents, and over here again around 20 cents. So we have around 100 plus 500, so 600 at around 20 cents, with 300 at 30 cents and 100 for free. So I'll leave the average cost on over here while I'm editing. So that's that. So we had 1,000 Orchid. So what happened, right? So we had 1,000 Orchid, and basically all in, the cost was basically, from my perspective, it was over here 100 plus 120, so aka 120 total, and over here the initial purchase of 200, so 220 total purchase. And we saw the portfolio graph, 220, even right now it's worth around 600, so that's almost 3 times the money. But let me dig into actually what I did and what happened. So when I saw the run up, let me go back to the graph. This graph is crazy. So this graph went from around 20 cents just a few days ago, and basically it's 5x, 500%, straight to $1. And I didn't log into this account in a long time, just being super frank. And I had one of my close friends come over, we were talking crypto, and I was like, all right, let me log into Coinbase. And literally we were teetering around that thing that was at 50-cent range. So where was this? Around this range. And I was like, man, this is crazy. Like, from the lessons I had before, basically from 2017, I was like, okay, it's going, and it's gone way too much, way too fast. From basically 20 cents over here to 50 cents is basically 2.5 times, if not even more, almost 300%. So I was like, okay, I don't know, you know, let's take some profits, basically, is what I was thinking. And if I take profits and mentally I'm stress-free, I don't need to think about it, I'm like, okay, whatever. Now, a lot of you may be thinking, why in the world would you sell anything related to crypto at this time when there's a big boom coming up, etc., etc., etc. But just from experience, I'm very, very big on taking profits. I feel that that's one of the most important things anyone can do. Not saying cash is king, just being colloquial like that, but I think that having cash, or having, what do you have to show for it for all this trading? That's kind of the way I think about it, frankly speaking. And that's just my philosophy, investment strategy. Not a financial advisor, it's for entertainment purposes only. You know how it is. So coming back to it, basically I sold what I needed to get my money back. So this 300 over here is pretty much, at the time, it was pretty much a really quick decision I made of, hey, let me just get out, let me get my money back. So over here, I sold it at 73 cents a coin over here, and I sold 413. So basically I had like 600 basically OXT for free. So why do I have 1,000 now? So the reason was I'm not thinking too much of how to answer it, but rather how to say it. So after taking profits, I was like, okay, basically I have a free amount of OXT/orchid. So what, So I was like, okay, cool, I have some. But I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to sell it until, some time when, if this market booms. And mentally, I'm gone in terms of, the stress that would be, there just for no reason, me personally, in terms of, okay, hey, I have 1,000 orchid, but I never cashed out, so my money's there in the first place, etc., etc., etc. So coming back here, I was like, all right, let's make the position back, let's see what happens, and take it from there. So coming back, I have 1,000 orchid now, and that explains basically in the portfolio view over here of why I have this $40 USD cash. So I basically sold whatever it was at a particular price, and then I bought in back again. And just to be clear, when did I buy back in again? I bought in at 63 cents. The current price is standing around 50 something cents, 57 cents, 58 cents. So not bad. Yeah, it went down a little, fluctuated, but I think that, yeah, it can go back maybe to 20 cents, sure, but I don't think it's happening anytime soon. And with just the momentum and the velocity of the market, I truly do think that, we're maybe looking at a bull run, but let's see, So I left my exposure in terms of risk or anything that, I'm uncomfortable with. I am comfortable with it this way. Took $40 cash. That's cool. I can buy something else. Maybe it will go up. Maybe that becomes $100 and something else. Maybe I can buy more orchid. But the reason and kind of the philosophy again is I had a position of 1,000 orchid. Now I'm pretty much back to 1,000 orchid, 999 change, and I got $40 to quote unquote show for it. But that's not the end of it. But this is just a move I wanted to make, and also just kind of document this process of something where if we look at the graph, I bought it right after this kind of this dip/correction. And what I'm trying to highlight here is, let's be real. I mean, me personally, I'll be real with myself rather. I bought this, frankly speaking, because of just the fact that, hey, it went from here and it crashed over here. And I was like, okay, it's a good entry point and it's new to Coinbase. Did I really know what OXT or orchid really was other than some basic definitions? Me personally, I didn't. But as I read more and understood more about the coin and what it's related to, I was like, okay, you know what? There is some value. Let's have a good position, aka plant a seed, and whatever happens, happens. So I bought some over there, and I bought some more when it dipped to that 20 cents area. So that's why, I also brought my average cost down. So finally, when I sold it, there was at least more of that wiggle room or barrier or profit margin, whichever way you want to put it. So that was pretty cool. So I just want to share this today, and I hope there was something gained from it. Please do, comment below if it was helpful in any way. But this is more of like a hands-on approach directly of, how I did it, what I did, what happened in the end. And for anyone curious of why in the world, again, am I possibly trading quote unquote on Coinbase on the native site when Coinbase has Coinbase Pro, which is their trading platform. The main reason was this to show spot trades, which is aka market orders, aka just the price at what it is, a price that's given by a certain platform or brokerage, and you take it or leave it, versus actually being on the platform, actually putting those limit orders, actually, kind of understanding and looking at the momentum and trading actively. This is just saying, hey, look at the graph, made a decision, and this is what happened. And I did it through Coinbase on their native site, which does have different fees, etc., etc. And there's more details. But if you want more those type of details, I can comment below, and I'll address them in future videos. But overall, this is more of a long form, I would say more deeper dive of a video versus your back-to-back information. So just thanks for joining, and just thanks for watching, and appreciate you here. I really do like crypto. I love crypto. I've been in it for years. So HODLing is one strategy, trading is another strategy, and just being open to particular investments that may or may not be guaranteed, but aka speculation. But in the end, if you have time, a little luck, and of course the willpower mentally and physically to just be in there and not sell when things are bad and buy when you must on the dip, great things can happen. So this is just a small example of Orchid in this account. But yeah, other than this, there's so much more I want to say, but I'll cut it short here. So thank you again, and we'll talk soon enough. So thank you and peace.